Hey there, it's Trixie on Trail. I'm at the Trailhead today for Three Sisters Waterfalls. This is a 4.7 mile out and back trail. I think give or take about 1,000 feet elevation gain loss. And if you get car sick at all, this might not be the trail for you. It's about, when you get off the freeway, about 15 miles, a curvy, windy road. So. But it is a well-graded dirt road the last 8 miles. I do have a low clearance car, so that's no problem to get out here. Off we go. First view of the falls. Nice and cool through this part, but generally speaking, this trail is very exposed. And so that means either you just bathe in the sunscreen, and I would definitely recommend a hat, or you do like I do and cover your body with loose clothing. You can already hear the falls from here. So just this last year, they did a lot of work on this trail because every year people get care flighted out of here. On this old route, you used to have to go down this rope ladder, and it was pretty precarious and a lot of bushwhacking. They have officially closed this section of the trail, and hopefully things will improve as far as, you know, people not needing to get rescued. So there's where I came from, that saddle up there. Well, actually, I came from way over there, but where I took the turn. And we're at the falls. Gorgeous. And there's some Looney Tunes that already got in the water, which, whew, it's got to be in the 30s. So there's not a super defined trail up to the top. It's a scramble, and the rocks are very slick. So if you are unsure, I do not recommend that you do it. So really think about your abilities when you're on this trail, because it can be very, very dangerous. Okay, so the trail, if you're using All Trails for navigation, it was pretty much spot on. I clocked about 2.5 miles each way, and the directions for finding the trailhead, you know, were spot on. So As far as the trail, the difference in the trail from the last time I did it, wow, it was so much easier. They've done a lot of work on the trail, and I've heard chatter that they're going to make this a permit trail. As far as the trail goes, I would recommend that you make sure that you have good tread on your shoes. Not just for once you get to the falls, because the rocks are super slippery, but for the trail itself too. I mean, it's 2.5 miles of 1,000 feet elevation difference, so it's pretty steep. And with that, I don't typically bring hiking poles on trails less than 5 miles, but I might recommend them on this one just because of the elevation difference in such a short span, as well as some stability if you want to hop back and forth and cross over the falls and explore a little bit more. But I wouldn't recommend them if you don't have somewhere to stow them, because once you get to the falls, you are going to be wanting to use your hands to make sure that, to get over rocks, and there's a lot of scrambles. You can get all the way up to the top of the falls. The last time I was here, I did go up to the middle section, and I do have to warn people, it is sketchy. I do not recommend it for everyone. Really check in with your abilities, and just because the people that you're going with are doing it doesn't mean that you have to. Even if you think that halfway down on the trail, this isn't the trail for you, please stop and turn around. People are care flighted out every single year, and actually someone died a couple of years ago. I do not recommend you bring children. There is drop-off for the whole trail. So, yeah, small children, I don't recommend it. Even dogs. I don't know what their thinking is as far as ability and hopping across, slick rocks. I would just hate to lose my animal that way. And I don't recommend it for anyone in the summertime. This is January. I'm at the very end of January, and it was in the lower 70s when I started, and it's in the mid 60s when I finished. So it is the prime time of the year to go. I would not come out here in the summertime. People do it, and every year people get care flighted out. Just use your brain. They have carved out a big parking area, which was closed today. Everybody just used to park on the road, which now they have no parking signs. So things are changing, and so I recommend maybe you come out before the permit process is in place. And I don't know for sure, but I've heard chatter. And I think for the improvements that they've made on the trail, I definitely could see. And as far as like safety and everything, yeah, I could definitely see how I think it would be money well spent to maintain the trail and, support those people that maybe made a mistake that day or have an accident and unfortunately get hurt. And, we have some professionals out there that can help them. So, highly recommend this trail if you have the ability. On our trails, it is rated as moderate. If you stay on the trail, it is moderate. If you go off the trail at all, I do not recommend it. There is poison oak everywhere. Also, too, once you get to the falls, it is not moderate. You have to be very careful. I cannot emphasize that enough. I really think this is one of the jewels of San Diego County, but I just want to make sure that people know this is at your own risk, and please make the right decisions for you considering the conditions of the day. So with that in mind, I wish you all happy trails.